let's talk about this idea of cutting the Moderna vaccine doses in half so more people get shots. We heard Dr. Fauci cautioning that the government really shouldn't deviate from the doses and the schedules that were used in those clinical trials on vaccines, but we have some other prominent, scientists and medical researchers saying this might be a good idea.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Dr. Fauci, and here's why. He's right, because those big phase 3 studies that we heard about, for the Pfizer vaccine, 44,000 people, and for the Moderna vaccine, 30,000, those were all done with a specific dose and a specific interval. Anything else that we do, we don't have the evidence base to support that it's going to be as good or as safe in terms of whether it works and whether it's as safe. So it's number one, and that's one problem. The second is, it doesn't address our problem, because the problem is we're getting vaccine out to the States so far. I mean, we are going to have some supply chain issues later on, but for now we're getting vaccine out to the States. We just haven't figured out how to vaccinate them. So cutting the size of the dose in half is not going to address that. We've got to fix our infrastructural issues, and number one, and number two, then we got to get other vaccines out there. The mRNA technology is still relatively new. Those are the first two vaccines, the Pfizer and Moderna. We have 2 adenovirus vaccines waiting in the wing. We're scaling up production of 1 billion doses of our recombinant protein vaccine. We're doing that in India. No one from BARDA or the federal government has talked to us. Hey, Peter, could we get you? They'll have some of those billion doses of vaccines into the U.S. So there's a lot of other things we can do without screwing around with the doses of the Moderna and Pfizer vaccine. There's no point in, the problem is infrastructure. There's no point in taking a very effective vaccine, potentially making it less effective and superimposing it on a dysfunctional infrastructure.